Yo, what's cracking everyone? Ericship 111 here, and this week has been filled with pretty much daily teasers of Forza Horizon 6. So far, they have posted 5 map teaser clips, as well as 1 new to Horizon car reveal. In my previous video, we covered the first 3 map teasers, so if you want to check that out after, I'll put a link to that video down in the description below. But today, let's dive deeper into the 2 latest map teasers, which include a dedicated clip of the snowy Alpine region, and the other is what Forza Horizon 6 calls it as the Highlands, which possible real-world location these places were taken inspiration from in Japan, and why we might not be seeing any Let's Go live streams before the launch of Forza Horizon 6. Beginning with our Alps teaser, again a massive thank you to both Playground Games and Turn 10 for providing me with the raw 4K clips. So everything that was shown in this teaser looks incredible. Now, in one of the press images that was released right after the developers direct, they showed cars driving through these incredibly high snow walls. Well, in this particular teaser, we get a closer look at where it starts and how these walls look if you aren't trying to drift through them. For those who don't know, this spot does exist in Japan in a place called Taitayama, where tourists can actually get out of the bus and take photos of these gigantic 20-meter walls. Now, going back to the first 3 environmental shots, I don't really know which real-world location in Japan the developers used, but as someone who has gone skiing in Niseko, which is in the North Island of Japan, there are some similarities, which makes me believe that this is indeed somewhere inspired in Japan and not a totally different country. Next, we get our first look at some of the architecture that's going to be featured in the Alps. Now, a user over on X who is also a Japanese YouTuber known as OKD Games Okada actually found the real-life version of this building, and it's called the Forest Inn Sangoro, located in Yamagata. As we can see, the hut in Horizon 6 takes full inspiration from this, and it's cool to know that Playground Games and Turn 10 took the time in recreating something authentic rather than coming up with a generic lodge. The same YouTuber also believes that the 2 clips showing the snowy roads going downhill with the trees all covered in snow, almost looking like they're not rendered in properly, is actually inspired by Mount Zao, which is also located near Yamagata, where the Forest Inn Sangoro building is. And after doing a quick Google search, I can definitely see some striking similarities. And also, who am I to argue with a local about a racing game set in their country? Certainly not me. Which then leaves us to our second building that was teased. Now, before we get into the real life location of this spot, we can see our cute little Horizon 6 mascot perhaps. I know from the developers direct in the tourist guide, there's a stamp with a variety of these as one of the collections. So maybe this particular building is a place you must visit in game? Who exactly knows, but the real world location of this looks to be known as the Ichinokoshi hut, which is also located in Taitayama in the same region as the snow walls. Now, the relationship between the Horizon series and snow has been very intriguing. If you have been playing the series since Forza Horizon 3, you would have seen the evolution as well as what the community thinks about snow being in each of the title. With Forza Horizon 3, we first saw snow in the Blizzard Mountain expansion, which was an incredible DLC that offered something totally brand new to the series. Then in Horizon 4, when Playground Games introduced seasons, the novelty of driving in full snowy conditions for an entire week quickly wore off, which was why it was cut back dramatically in Horizon 5 Mexico. But I think for Forza Horizon 6, the team has finally found a proper balance. If you love snow, then this region will be snowing all year round, meaning that the tracks that are featured around this area won't be affected by the different weather conditions, so that in Rivals mode, you know exactly what to expect. There's no guessing as to which cars you will need for these particular events. Simply choose your car with snow tires equipped and preferably with an all-wheel drive drivetrain too. Moving on to the latest teaser at the time of me making this video, where Playground Games named it as Highlands. Now, most of these shots are literally overviews of parts of the map, and every clip they're showing is a completely different area. But the one thing I have to emphasize again is the elevation and verticality of the map design. I almost feel as if Playground Games and Turn 10 are subtly telling us longtime Horizon fans that, hey, we are listening and have created something totally opposite to Forza Horizon 5. We also see many of the different vegetation featured. We also see a dirt trail which leads to a specific building. Now this again is not a generic made up spot. In Japan, this place does actually exist and it's called the Raicho Sawa Hut. And yes, you guessed it, it's also located in Taitiyama as well. They even captured all of its rustic and imperfections, which I thought was pretty cool. Then of course we see the expressway loop, which takes inspiration from the Kawazu Loop Bridge and was also briefly seen from the developer's direct as well. And then finally we see what looks to be a circuit. Now, I believe this is the same circuit as the one that was showcased in the developer's direct, judging by the minimap and the surrounding roads, as well as where Mount Fuji is placed in the background. Now, some people are saying that this track is inspired from the Ebisu circuit, which I can certainly see. Remember, when it comes to racetracks being featured in racing games, believe it or not, licensing is also involved too. So perhaps to bypass all of the protocols to include the proper Ebisu circuit in Horizon 6, Playground Games and Turn 10 just made a stylized version instead. But who knows, maybe this is a real abandoned circuit in Japan that we don't even know about. I guess we will just have to wait and see. Now, I want to talk about something many have been wondering, and that is, will the Let's Go livestream return before Forza Horizon 6 releases on May 19th? I gotta be honest, I feel as though this time round we won't be seeing any structured Let's Go livestreams, since setting this game in Japan has been something Horizon fans have been asking for well over a decade now, and is probably going to be the biggest open world racing game launch ever. I don't believe that they want to reveal too much, and there could be many reasons for this. One, the expectations for this game is incredibly high, and they most likely know they won't make everyone happy. Two, if it was to happen, there's only 3 months left. They would have most likely started by now, instead of releasing these short teaser clips. And lastly, not every big game needs a huge in-depth look before the game releases. Show us enough to keep us intrigued, but not too much where it gets spoiled. And I believe this is the marketing route Playground Games and Turn 10 are both going for. I might be wrong on this, and it could all age like milk by next week, but what do you guys think of the latest teasers, and do you want Let's Go live streams to return to show more of the game, or keep it all of a surprise before launch? Share us all of your thoughts down in the comment section below, as I do read all of your comments, guys. But anyways, if you guys did find today's video helpful, please make sure to smash the thumbs up button, as it really does help me out. And of course, if you guys would like to stay up to date with everything Forza Horizon 6 related, be sure to subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.